to read to you from Facing Codependence by Pia Melody. This is a book that I'm working through, prescribed by my therapist. If you're wanting to build a bookkeeping business, you want to find new clients in 2026, get on the wait list for mentorship. It's free to get on the wait list. It's linked in my profile. And pretty soon we are going to be enrolling for the 2026 cohort. If this is something that you struggle with, get into mentorship. One of the things that I've been working on recently is being able to identify what my needs are, emotional, physical needs, as well as what I want for myself in my life and my business and all of that, and being able to give myself those things without being dependent on other people. And also, the homework for this week for myself is to see how I can provide those wants and needs to myself. How can I give those to myself? How can I get comfortable receiving those things from myself in order to be able to hopefully receive those things from other people if I want? I'm going to read to you this passage. The passage is the 4 categories of difficulty acknowledging and meeting our wants and needs. We experience not being in touch with our needs and wants in one of 4 different ways, according to the experiences we had in childhood. First one is, I am too dependent. I know my needs or wants, but I expect other people to take care of them for me, and I wait, expecting them to do so, as I do not take care of them myself. The second is, I am anti-dependent. I'm able to acknowledge to myself that I have needs and wants, but I try to meet them myself, and I am unable to accept help or guidance from anyone else. I'd rather go without the thing needed or wanted than be vulnerable and ask for help. I am needless and wantless. Although I have needs or wants, I am not aware of them. I get my wants and needs confused. I know what I want, and I get it, but I don't know what I need. For example, I try to take care of my needs that I'm unaware of by buying everything I want. Though I may need physical nurturing, I buy some new clothes instead. Each person may experience needs and wants in a different pattern. For example, I may be unaware of any wants. I just can't think of anything I want. At the same time, I may be too dependent with needs, knowing what I need but waiting for someone else to meet those needs. Not tending to one's needs and wants appropriately is often connected to a feeling of low self-esteem or shame. Whenever the adult child feels needy or has a want, shame flares at the onset of the experience of needing or wanting. This shame originally came from childhood experiences when expressing a need or want was met with abuse by a caregiver. Even though that memory of abuse has long been forgotten, is no longer conscious, the adult codependent feels as if he or she is terribly selfish to need or want something, however legitimate it may be. As an entrepreneur, as a sole proprietor, business owner, the buck stops with you when you're doing work to create an income to support yourself and to sustain your livelihood. It can be difficult if you find it challenging to ask for what you need in your personal relationships and professional relationships. If you have this experience with codependency and being a little too invested in what other people need and want and not being able to recognize what you want and what you need. When it comes to my business, this could look like not even asking a client to hire me, not putting myself out there, not networking, not posting online, talking about my services, even though I need to make money to support myself and I want to make money to support myself. I don't want to be dependent on a spouse or my family to support myself. I want to create my own income and my own revenue. That means that I do need to show up for my business and market and sell my services and my offers. And it can also look like needing the support and guidance of a coach or a mentor or somebody who can step in and show you what kind of thinking patterns are coming up that might be getting in the way of you getting what you need and what you want. So being able to ask for help, knowing whenever it is something that is challenging and something that you can't identify or deal with on your own, to be able to turn to somebody else that you trust and say, I need help with this, or I actually want to do better in this area of my business and I need support with that progress. I wanted to share that because the work that I do with my mentees is that we work in a small group setting and I mentor bookkeepers to find new clients, and I help, part of the mentorship is helping them identify those patterns that are coming up that are getting in the way of building the business they want. First, identifying the kind of business they want to have, right? Knowing how to identify what we want and what we need, and then being able to give that to ourselves and to ask others to support us in those needs and wants. It's a big deal for a lot of people who are doing people pleasing, who identify with the codependent tendencies that they talk about in the book. This is how we support you inside mentorship.